I'm Jusko. What is the best third credit card after the first two credit cards you have gotten? Well, that sounds like an impossible question to answer, and if you go on various message boards, go on Reddit or whatever, you will see many people in credit card forums saying, what credit card should I get next? So I thought what I would do in this video is actually set up a scenario for you of someone that I gave advice to recently based on their first two credit cards, and then I gave them some options for what I thought maybe their best third credit card would be, and you could kind of see what my rationale was and maybe guess what their actual choice was, and then I'll reveal what they chose at the end. So I have a good friend whose son is in his early 20s. When he was in college, he got his first credit card, which was the Discover It student card, which is where so many college students end up starting out on their credit journeys. He did a study abroad semester in his junior year, I think, and when he did, I told him, well, you're going to want to get yourself another credit card because you're going to want a MasterCard or Visa. That Discover card not going to be accepted in a lot of places, and you want to have the no foreign transaction fees, so I suggested the Capital One Savers student card, which he did get, has some nice rewards in addition, and he even got a little bonus on that. Now he is out of college in his first job, which is one of those hybrid work at home, go into the office things that so many people are doing now. He is single, has an apartment with rent, I think, of about $1,200 a month, and he says he spends around $500 on his credit cards per month. And otherwise, he thinks maybe he would want to get a travel credit card, but he's not quite sure. What did I think? And so I gave him some options. Option number one, Wells Fargo Active Cash, no annual fee, gives you 2% cash back on all of your purchases without any purchasing categories to consider. It's a pretty easy $200 bonus based on the initial spend on the card. Thought that would be a nice third card for him because everything he has right now is giving some enhanced rewards in certain categories, but he doesn't have a base of more than 1% cash back on all other purchases. So that this would give him that 2% base and an easy bonus to hit as well. Thought it seemed like a no-brainer, even if it's maybe playing it safe. Number two, the Bilt MasterCard, no annual fee. This is a card that lets you earn points on your rent payments, lets you pay rent by credit card, earn points on that without any extra fees in order to do so, something that you're not going to get with pretty much any other credit card on the market, and has some pretty good features otherwise on this card. Now, the points you earn are not as flexible as cash. You can't just cash them out at a penny per point, which is sort of the industry standard, but you can use those points with a lot of good travel transfer partners that Bilt has, Southwest, Alaska, United, and a bunch of other airlines potentially as well, where you can take your points and put them into those frequent flyer programs and use them potentially for free flights, or at least partial free flights. So that had some attraction for him because of the rent aspect and the potential to use those points toward travel. No bonus opportunity on this card, so that is sort of a little bit of a downside. And then of course the lack of flexibility with those points to just take them as cash, also a potential downside. And then the third option actually is sort of two options, and that is because I said, okay, those first two cards are no annual fee cards, but if you were willing to pay a little bit of an annual fee, you might be able to get a really huge bonus on some other credit cards that are out there. But we looked at things like the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Capital One Venture card, and the problem with them was that the spend required to get those big bonuses on those cards was more than he thought he could do. So $3,000 or $4,000 in the first 3 months. He thought, I can't really get up quite that high. Maybe I could do $2,000 in 3 months, maybe $4,000 in 6 months. So we looked a little further, and a couple options jumped out. One of them, the Delta Gold card, no annual fee first year, $150 per year. After that, an 80,000 mile bonus after spending just $2,000 in 6 months, something that he could do. And then also the Southwest Priority, whatever they're called, Rapid Rewards Plus card, $69 annual fee, a 50,000 point bonus potentially there with, I think, $1,000 spend in the first 3 months. So both of those things he could do. Wasn't too excited about the cards overall, but those were nice big bonuses. And I kind of told him that's how it often is with these types of cards, where you can get a really big bonus. Sometimes the cards aren't super exciting after that bonus. So anyway, 3 options, maybe 4 options if you want to consider that one as 2 different cards there. What do you think he chose? Well, to my surprise, he chose The Delta Sky Miles Gold card, I really thought that he would not want to pay that annual fee in order to get that card, but the no annual fee in the first year drew him in. That big bonus drew him in as well, and so not having to think about a $150 annual fee until the second year of having the card was something that was too much. He thought it was too good to pass up, and so that was his choice. Now, I thought that he was probably going to play it a little safer, stay no annual fee, and I really thought he would choose that active cash card because he's very logical minded, and the 2% cash back on everything seemed like it would sort of fit into the framework of what he already has with his credit cards, continue to get cash back and now be getting a little bit more on every purchase. So he kind of surprised me and went for that big bonus. I don't know how he's going to feel when that $150 annual fee kicks in. I was telling him you're probably going to want to hold that card at least for 2 or 3 years, which is still going to give you much more in the bonus than you're going to pay in the annual fee, but it doesn't feel quite as good when you pay the annual fee and you don't love the card quite as much. So mathematically, I think it was a good choice. Was a little surprised to see it, but one of the things that has happened over the last few years is American Express has said that even as they've been raising their annual fees, a lot of younger card holders have come in and been willing to pay those annual fees. Now, it's not like he at 24 or 25 is going after the American Express Platinum at $695, but still he's choosing to get a card that is eventually going to have a $150 annual fee, where I thought he probably would really just want to stick no annual fee and not think too hard about at that end of things. So a little surprising. Anyway, would love to hear what you think about the advice I gave in terms of the potential cards and the choice he made. Put all of that in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching.